If this is your first time here, let me catch you up real quick. Part 1 was about Kim Ji-hoon, a cold, broken Korean mafia boss in a wheelchair who lost his wife in the same accident that took his legs. He hadn't smiled in 2 years. His mansion was silent. His heart was frozen. Then, Destiny Brooks walked in, a broke, loud, hilarious black student nanny with $11 to her name and absolutely zero fear. She brought chaos. She brought laughter. She opened the curtains, played Beyoncé, and called him emotionally constipated to his face. And somehow, she healed him. His daughter smiled again. He smiled again. They fell for each other. But then, London called. Destiny got offered a full scholarship, her dream. And Part 1 ended with the question, does she stay for love or leave for her future? Well, she stayed. And now, her family is coming to Korea to meet the man who made her give up everything. Welcome to Part 2. Let's go. So, she stayed. Destiny Brooks looked at that London scholarship email one last time, took a deep breath, and hit decline. Just like that. Dream? Gone. Future? Uncertain. Bank account? Still $11. But when she looked up and saw Ji-hoon's face, that cold, emotionless, I definitely don't have feelings face, crack into the softest smile she'd ever seen, yeah, worth it. You stayed, he said quietly. I stayed. For me. Don't let it go to your head, wheelchair man. I stayed for Sue. You're just a bonus. He laughed, actually laughed, out loud, in the daytime. Sue ran in immediately like she heard a fire alarm. Daddy laughed again? Destiny, what did you do? I live here now, baby. Get used to the joy. For exactly 4 days, everything was perfect. Ji-hoon smiled more, Sue was thriving. Grandma Kim even said good morning to Destiny once without adding an insult. Progress. Then Destiny's phone rang. She saw the caller ID and her blood ran cold. Who is it? Ji-hoon asked. My mother. She answered. Hey, Mama. Destiny Monique Brooks. Full government name. This was bad. Hey, Mama, how are you? Don't you how are you me? Your cousin Keisha told your auntie Denise, who told your Uncle Ray, who told your daddy, who told me that you gave up a full scholarship to stay in Korea for a man? Mama, I can explain. A man, Destiny, a man. After everything I taught you about being an independent woman? Mama, who is this man? What does he do? Is he in a gang? Keisha said he has a neck tattoo, Destiny. A neck tattoo. Ji-hoon, sitting 3 feet away, instinctively touched his neck. Mama, he's not in a gang. He's a businessman. That's what they all say. Baby, we're coming to Korea. Destiny's heart stopped. Excuse me? Me, your daddy, your uncles, your auntie, and Big Mama. We're coming to see this man for ourselves. Mama, that's 6 people. The cousins wanted to come too, but couldn't get off work. We'll be there next week. Next week? Start cleaning. You know Big Mama inspects everything. She hung up. Destiny stood frozen, phone still in hand, soul leaving her body for the 2nd time this month. Ji-hoon wheeled closer. What happened? You look pale. Can black people get pale? You're doing it. My family is coming. Okay, how many people? 6. That's manageable. You don't understand. 6 Brooks people is like 30 regular people. My grandma alone counts for 4. Ji-hoon blinked. I'm sure it will be fine. Destiny laughed, a broken, unhinged laugh. Mr. Kim, you survived a car accident. You built a business empire. You intimidate grown men for a living. She looked him dead in the eyes. You are not ready for my family. The airport was a mistake. Destiny knew it was a mistake, but she went anyway because Mama Brooks said, you better be there when we land or I'm telling Big Mama you got an attitude. So there she was, standing at Incheon International Airport, holding a little sign that said Brooks family, like she was a chauffeur for chaos. The flight landed at 2:47 p.m. By 2:52 p.m., Destiny heard them before she saw them. Destiny, baby, over here! Mama Brooks came through those arrival doors wearing a purple church hat, at the airport at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. Mama, why are you wearing that? Baby, first impressions matter. These Korean folks need to see that the Brooks family has class. Behind her came Daddy Brooks, rolling a suitcase, face already suspicious. He hadn't even cleared customs and he was already in interrogation mode. So where is he? Daddy, can I at least get a hug first? Hug is pending. Where's the wheelchair man? He's at home preparing for... He couldn't come pick us up himself? Daddy, he's in a wheelchair.
They got wheelchair ramps everywhere. I saw it on the Google. He could have made it work. Lord, give her strength. Next came Uncle Ray, carrying a cooler, a whole entire cooler through international customs. Uncle Ray, what is that? My seasoning. You brought seasoning to Korea? Baby girl, I don't trust international spices. You know Uncle Ray needs his flavor. Then came Auntie Denise, already taking selfies with strangers, Korean strangers who had no idea what was happening. Excuse me, yes, you. Can I get a picture? You were so pretty. Smile for me. The poor Korean businessman looked terrified, but smiled anyway. And finally, Big Mama. Grandma Evelyn Brooks walked through those doors like she owned the whole airport. 78 years old, 5'2", built like a prayer warrior who had seen things. She moved slow, deliberate, her eyes scanning everything. She saw Destiny, stopped, looked her up and down. You look skinny. They not feeding you in Korea? Big Mama, I'm fine. We'll see about that. Where's the car? My feet hurt. Destiny grabbed the suitcases and started walking. Behind her, absolute mayhem. Mama Brooks was complimenting every Korean person she saw. Daddy Brooks was suspicious of the architecture. Uncle Ray was asking airport security if his cooler violated any laws. Auntie Denise was now filming a TikTok. And Big Mama was silent, watching, judging. Destiny looked at the exit doors, then back at her family. We haven't even left the airport yet. This was going to be the longest week of her life.
Ji-hoon had faced many terrifying things in his life. Rival businessmen, corporate betrayals, a car accident that nearly killed him, physical therapy at 1 a.m., his own mother on a bad day. None of that prepared him for the Brooks family walking through his front door. He was positioned in the foyer like a soldier awaiting inspection. Sue stood next to him in her best dress. Mr. Park was sweating through his suit. Even the bodyguards looked nervous. And Grandma Kim? Grandma Kim stood at the top of the stairs like a final boss waiting to be unlocked. The doors opened. Mama Brooks walked in first, looked around, gasped so loud the chandelier shook. "Destiny Monique Brooks, you're living in a palace?" "Mama, please keep your voice." "A palace, baby? Wait till I tell the church ladies. They're gonna faint." Daddy Brooks walked in next, slower, eyes scanning every corner like a detective at a crime scene. "It's all right," he said. "Little dark, though. Y'all heard of windows?" Destiny closed her eyes. "The curtains were closed for 2 years. We're working on it." Ji-hoon wheeled forward, professional, polished, ready to make the perfect first impression. "Mr. and Mrs. Brooks, it's an honor to finally meet. So you're him." Daddy Brooks stepped closer, looked down at Ji-hoon like he was examining a used car. "You're the one who made my daughter give up her scholarship?" "Sir, I didn't make her. Daddy, I chose to stay." "Baby girl, grown folks are talking." Destiny's mouth snapped shut. Ji-hoon swallowed. "Mr. Brooks, I understand your concerns, and How old are you?" 34. "You got a job?" "I run several international—" "I didn't ask what you run. I asked if you got a job." From the stairs, Grandma Kim's voice cut through the room like ice. "In Korea, running companies is a job." Everyone turned. Grandma Kim descended the stairs slowly, elegantly, like a queen entering battle. Big Mama stepped forward. The room went silent. 2 grandmothers, 2 cultures, 1 room. Big Mama looked Grandma Kim up and down. Grandma Kim looked Big Mama up and down. Sue whispered to Destiny, "Are they going to fight?" "I honestly don't know, baby." Big Mama spoke first. So you're his mama." "I am. You raised him right?" "I raised him to lead." We'll see about that." Grandma Kim's eyebrow twitched. Mr. Park looked like he wanted to evaporate. Ji-hoon gripped his wheelchair like it was going to save him. And Destiny? Destiny looked at the ceiling and mouthed, "Lord, if you're listening, help." Ji-hoon made one critical mistake. He thought a fancy dinner would fix everything. Michelin star chef, 7 courses, fine china that cost more than Destiny's entire college tuition. The dining room looked like a royal banquet. It lasted approximately 4 minutes before chaos erupted. The chef brought out the first course, a delicate arrangement of raw fish, edible flowers, and something that looked like it belonged in an art museum. Mama Brooks smiled politely. This is very... What is this exactly?" "Sashimi, ma'am. Fresh catch from Jeju Island." "Fresh catch? Baby, it's still shiny." Uncle Ray was already reaching into his bag.
Out came the cooler, out came a bottle of hot sauce so red it looked radioactive. "No offense to your chef," Uncle Ray said, "but I don't eat nothing I can't identify without my sauce." The chef looked personally attacked. "Sir, this is a Michelin-rated kitchen." "I don't know what tires got to do with food, young man, but move aside." He poured hot sauce directly onto the $1,000 sashimi. The chef grabbed his chest like he was having a heart attack. Auntie Denise poked her fish with a chopstick. It wiggled. "Destiny! Destiny! It's moving!" "Auntie, it's supposed to. Why is it moving?" Sue, completely unbothered, picked up her piece and ate it whole. "It's fresh, that's the point." Auntie Denise stared at the 5-year-old like she'd just witnessed witchcraft. Daddy Brooks hadn't touched his plate, hadn't touched his chopsticks. He was just staring at Ji-hoon, unblinking, like a lion watching prey. "So," Daddy Brooks said slowly, "you got a job, son?" "Yes, sir. I run multiple international—" "There you go with that run word again. I asked if you got a job, like a 9 to 5, with a boss who tells you what to do." Grandma Kim set down her tea. "In Korea, my son is the boss. He tells others what to do." Big Mama set down her tea. "In America, we like to see a man get up and work." The whole table went quiet. Everyone looked at Ji-hoon. In his wheelchair. Big Mama realized what she said, didn't apologize, just sipped her tea louder. Grandma Kim's eye twitched. Mr. Park started praying under his breath. Destiny wanted the floor to swallow her whole. Sue, completely unbothered, picked up her piece and ate it whole. "It's fresh, that's the point." "Destiny, I know, baby. Should I defend him?" "No, Sue, nobody can save him now." Ji-hoon sat frozen. This was going to be a long week.
After the disaster that was dinner, Daddy Brooks stood up, looked directly at Ji-hoon, and said 5 words that made everyone freeze. "Let's talk, just us two." Destiny grabbed her father's arm. "Daddy, maybe we should—" "Baby girl, go sit down." She sat. Mr. Park whispered, "Sir, do you need backup?" Ji-hoon whispered back, "If I need backup from a conversation, I don't deserve her." Daddy Brooks wheeled Ji-hoon outside himself, didn't ask for help, didn't wait for permission, just grabbed the handles and pushed him onto the balcony like he'd done it 1,000 times. They sat in silence. The Seoul skyline glittered in front of them, beautiful, romantic, terrifying. Daddy Brooks finally spoke. "You love my daughter?" Ji-hoon didn't hesitate. "Yes, sir, I do." "She gave up a full scholarship for you. London, her dream. You understand what that means?" "I do." "Do you really? Because Destiny grew up with nothing, nothing. We couldn't afford college. She worked 3 jobs to get through school. That scholarship was her ticket, her way out, and she threw it away. For you." Ji-hoon's jaw tightened. "I told her to go." Daddy Brooks's head snapped toward him. "What?" "I told her to take the scholarship. I told her not to throw away her future for me. I'm in a wheelchair, Mr. Brooks. I'm broken. I have enemies. I come with complications she doesn't deserve. I begged her to go." Silence. Long, heavy silence. And what did she say? Ji-hoon smiled, barely. She said, "You don't get to make decisions for me, wheelchair man. I'm staying. Deal with it." Daddy Brooks stared at him. Then he did something Ji-hoon didn't expect. He laughed, a real, deep belly laugh that echoed across the balcony. "That sounds like my destiny." He wiped his eyes. "Stubborn as a mule. Gets it from her mama." Ji-hoon exhaled. Maybe he wasn't about to get thrown off the balcony. Daddy Brooks leaned back. "You ever had fried catfish?" Ji-hoon said, "No, sir." "Collard greens?" "No, sir." "Sweet potato pie?" "I don't even know what that is." Daddy Brooks shook his head. "We're gonna fix that." He stood up, looked Ji-hoon in the eye. "You hurt my daughter, and I don't care if you own half of Seoul. I'll fly back over here, and we're gonna have a different conversation. Understood?" "Yes, sir." Daddy Brooks extended his hand. Ji-hoon shook it. "All right, then. Let's go back inside before your mama and my mama kill each other." They rolled back in together. Destiny looked up, terrified. "Well?" Daddy Brooks shrugged. "He's all right." Ji-hoon almost cried. The next morning, Mama Brooks woke up, walked into the kitchen, and made an executive decision. "We're cooking today." The Michelin star chef looked up from his prep station. "I'm sorry, ma'am?" I said we are cooking real food, soul food, food that sticks to your ribs and makes you remember you got a heartbeat. Ma'am, this is a professionally curated kitchen with a very specific... Uncle Ray walked in, cracked his knuckles. Young man, with all due respect, step aside. The chef looked at Mr. Park. Mr. Park looked at Ji-hoon. Ji-hoon looked at Destiny. Destiny shrugged. Just let it happen, trust me. Within 30 minutes, the kitchen was completely transformed. Mama Brooks had taken over the stove. She was making mac and cheese, the real kind. 5 cheeses, heavy cream, butter that could clog an artery from across the room. Uncle Ray had a cast iron skillet going, fried chicken, seasoned so hard you could smell it from the driveway. Auntie Denise was making collard greens with ham hocks in a pot bigger than Sue. Big Mama sat at the kitchen island, supervising, not cooking, just watching, like a general overseeing troops. The chef stood in the corner, trembling. This is not how a Michelin kitchen operates. Baby, you got a Michelin. We got flavor. There's a difference. Mama Brooks didn't even look up. The smell started spreading. Sue appeared first, sniffing the air like a cartoon character following a scent trail. What's that smell? That's soul food, baby, Destiny said. It smells different. Different good or different bad? Sue walked closer, peeked into the mac and cheese pot. Mama Brooks scooped a spoonful and held it out. Taste. Sue hesitated, then tasted. Her eyes went wide. She turned to the chef, looked him dead in the face. This is better than yours. The chef made a noise that sounded like a dying balloon. Mr. Park had to sit down. Grandma Kim appeared in the doorway. She stood there, silent, observing the chaos. Big Mama looked up, made eye contact. You want a plate? Grandma Kim paused. What is it? Mac and cheese, fried chicken, collard greens, cornbread's coming out the oven in 5 minutes. I don't eat fried things. Big Mama raised an eyebrow. You don't eat fried chicken? No. Have you tried fried chicken? No. Big Mama stood up, walked over, fixed the plate, handed it to her. Try it, then tell me you don't eat fried things. Grandma Kim looked at the plate, then at Big Mama, then at the plate again. She took a bite of the chicken, chewed, swallowed, paused. This is acceptable. Big Mama smiled. That's what I thought. Ji-hoon whispered to Destiny, did our grandmothers just bond over fried chicken? I think they did. I don't know if I should be relieved or terrified. Both, definitely both.
Ji-hoon made another mistake. He thought taking the Brooks family sightseeing would impress them. He hired the best tour guide, reserved exclusive access to historical sites, planned a perfect day showcasing Korean culture and beauty. It lasted 20 minutes before everything went sideways. First stop, Gyeongbokgung Palace. Beautiful, historic, a national treasure. Daddy Brooks stood at the entrance, looked at the massive traditional structure and said, "It's nice, but it ain't got AC, does it?" The tour guide blinked. "Sir, it's a historical palace from 1395. "That's a no then." Uncle Ray was already sweating. How do people live in this heat? Where's the shade? Why is the sun so aggressive over here? Mama Brooks was taking pictures of everything. The palace, the guards, a random pigeon. This is going straight on Facebook. The church ladies are going to be so jealous, especially Carol. She went to Paris last year and won't shut up about it. Well, guess what, Carol? I'm in Korea. She took 17 selfies in front of the same statue. Next stop, in Sedong Shopping District. High-end stores, traditional crafts, cultural heritage. Auntie Denise walked into a luxury boutique, picked up a scarf, looked at the price tag. "Excuse me, miss, this says 200,000 won. That's like $150 for a scarf?" The sales associate nodded politely. "Yes, ma'am, it's hand-woven silk. Ma'am, I can get this at Target for $12. Let me talk to your manager. Everything's negotiable." "Ma'am, this is a fixed-price luxury. Ain't nothing fixed. Get me your manager." Ji-hoon looked at Mr. Park. "Do we intervene?" Mr. Park replied, "Sir, I think we just let her cook." Meanwhile, Daddy Brooks found a park bench, sat down, and refused to move. "I'm good right here. Y'all go ahead. I'll wait." "Daddy, we just got here. And I'm tired. My knees don't work like they used to. I'll be right here when y'all get back."
An hour later, they found him, still on the bench, but now he was surrounded by 3 elderly Korean men. They were playing a board game Destiny had never seen before. None of them spoke the same language, but somehow they were communicating through gestures, laughter, universal old man energy. "Daddy, did you make friends?" "Yep, this is Kim, Lee, and Park. We're playing Janggi. I'm winning." One of the Korean men said something in Korean and laughed. Daddy Brooks laughed back. "I don't know what you said, but I agree." The final stop was supposed to be a traditional tea ceremony. Big Mama took one look at the setup and said, "This is nice, but back home we just use a Keurig." Ji-hoon closed his eyes. Seoul wasn't ready for the Brooks family, and honestly, neither was he.
Grandma Kim had been watching, observing, calculating. For 6 days, she'd watched the Brooks family invade her home, take over her kitchen, argue with her chef, and befriend random Korean strangers. And now she was ready to make her move. She found Big Mama sitting in the garden, fanning herself with a church bulletin she'd brought from America. "Mrs. Brooks?" Big Mama looked up. "Mrs. Kim? Would you join me for tea?" "What kind of tea?" "Traditional Korean tea ceremony." Big Mama stood up slowly. "All right, but I'm warning you, I don't do that fancy sipping. I drink tea." "Noted." They walked to the tea room in complete silence. The staff cleared out immediately. Even Mr. Park evacuated like it was a bomb threat. Inside, Grandma Kim prepared the tea with perfect precision, every movement intentional, graceful, centuries of tradition in every pour. Big Mama watched, then said, "This is real pretty, but back home we just push a button. Coffee's ready in 30 seconds. "A button?" "Keurig machine. Makes coffee, tea, hot chocolate. 1 minute, boom, done." Grandma Kim paused mid-pour. "That sounds efficient." "It is. I'll send you one." "I would appreciate that." They sipped tea in silence, but it wasn't awkward silence. It was the silence of 2 generals recognizing each other across a battlefield. Big Mama set her cup down. "Your grandson, he treat my granddaughter right?" "He does." "He better, because if he don't, I'll fly back over here, and it won't be pretty." Grandma Kim's eyes glinted. "If he ever mistreats her, you won't need to fly anywhere. I'll handle it myself." Big Mama smiled, slow, approving. "I believe you would." Another pause. "My granddaughter," Big Mama continued, "she ain't like other girls. She's loud. She talks back. She don't know when to quit. I noticed. She's broke, stubborn, and got a mouth on her that could start wars. Also noticed. But she got a heart, Mrs. Kim, the biggest heart I ever seen. She sees broken things and don't run away. She fixes 'em." Grandma Kim's voice softened, just slightly. "My grandson was broken. Your granddaughter put him back together." Big Mama nodded. "That's what Brooks women do. We fix things." Grandma Kim leaned forward. "And Kim women protect what's been fixed." They locked eyes, and understanding passed between them. Not friendship, not yet, but respect. Big Mama stood up. "All right then, we got an agreement." "We do." "Good. Now where's that fried chicken from yesterday? I'm hungry." Grandma Kim smiled, actually smiled. "I saved you a plate." Outside the door, Destiny and Ji-hoon were listening. Did our grandmas just form an alliance? I think so. Should we be scared? Absolutely. It was the last night before the Brooks family flew back to America. Ji-hoon had faced boardroom battles, survived corporate warfare, rebuilt his entire life from a wheelchair. But asking Daddy Brooks for his blessing, that was the scariest thing he'd ever done. Mr. Park was coaching him in the office. "Sir, just be confident. You run an empire." "I'm terrified." "You've negotiated million-dollar deals." "I'm terrified." "Sir," "Mr. Park, I once stared down a rival CEO until he cried. But that man out there, he looked at me during dinner and I forgot my own name." Mr. Park sighed. "You love her?" "More than anything." "Then go get his blessing." Ji-hoon found Daddy Brooks on a balcony, alone, looking at the Seoul skyline. "Mr. Brooks." Daddy Brooks didn't turn around. "I was wondering when you'd come find me." Ji-hoon wheeled up beside him, took a breath.
I know I'm not what you imagined for Destiny. I'm in a wheelchair. I come from a different world. I have a complicated past. People have tried to hurt me. People might try to hurt her because of me. Daddy Brooks listened, silent. I will spend every single day making sure she never regrets choosing me. Silence. Long, agonizing silence. Daddy Brooks finally spoke. You got a complicated past? Yes, sir. You in danger? Not anymore, but the possibility exists. And you're bringing my daughter into that? Ji-hoon's chest tightened. I would never let anything happen to her. I'd protect her with my life. You can't even walk, son. The words hit like a truck. Ji-hoon looked down. No, sir, I can't. But I can love her. I can provide for her. I can make her laugh. I can give her a family. I'm messing with you. Ji-hoon's head snapped up. What? Daddy Brooks was actually smiling. Actually smiling. I'm messing with you, son. Relax. Sir, I almost had a heart attack. Good. You needed to sweat a little. Daddy Brooks turned to face him. You love her. I see it. She loves you. I know it. My baby girl don't make dumb decisions. If she picked you, you must be worth something. He extended his hand. Don't make me fly back over here. Ji-hoon shook it, relief flooding through him. Yes, sir. And teach her how to make that kimchi thing. She needs to learn something useful. Ji-hoon laughed. I'll try, sir. They stood there, two men, two worlds, one understanding. Daddy Brooks clapped him on the shoulder. All right, let's get back before your mama and my mama burn the house down. They're in the kitchen again? Yep, making more fried chicken. Ji-hoon smiled. I wouldn't have it any other way.
The airport, again. But this time, it wasn't chaos. It was heartbreak. The Brooks family stood in the departure terminal with their bags packed, their cooler empty, and their hearts full. Mama Brooks was crying, sobbing like someone had died. My baby is staying in Korea. What am I going to do without her? Mama, there's FaceTime. It's not the same, Destiny. I can't hug you through a screen. She grabbed Destiny and hugged her so tight Destiny's ribs cracked. Uncle Ray walked up to Ji-hoon, handed him a bottle. This is my secret barbecue sauce. Recipe's been in the family for 40 years. You're family now. Don't waste it. Ji-hoon held the bottle like it was a newborn baby. I won't, sir. Thank you. And take care of my niece, or I'm coming back, and I'm bringing the whole family next time. Understood. Auntie Denise hugged everyone, twice, including the bodyguards, including Mr. Park. She tried to hug Grandma Kim. Grandma Kim allowed it for exactly 3 seconds. Sue was clinging to Big Mama's leg like a koala. Do you have to go? Big Mama knelt down, looked Sue in the eyes. Baby, I'll be back. You're my great-granddaughter now. Sue blinked. But I'm not your... Did I stutter? Sue smiled, hugged her tight. Daddy Brooks walked over to Ji-hoon one last time, extended his hand. You take care of my girl. Yes, sir. Always. Good man. They shook, a strong, final handshake, respect earned. Then came the final showdown. Big Mama and Grandma Kim stood face to face. The airport felt like it held its breath. Big Mama spoke first. Next time, you're coming to Mississippi. Grandma Kim raised an eyebrow. I don't do humidity. You'll survive. I'll make fried catfish. I'll bring tea. Deal. They nodded, a treaty signed, an alliance forged. And just like that, the Brooks family walked towards their gate. Destiny stood between Ji-hoon and Sue, watching them go, tears streaming down her face. Ji-hoon reached for her hand. You okay? No, but I will be. Sue grabbed her other hand. They're loud. Destiny laughed through her tears. Yeah, baby, they are. I like them. Me too. Ji-hoon squeezed her hand. They'll visit again. I know, and when they do, your kitchen will never recover. He smiled. I wouldn't have it any other way. They stood there, the three of them, watching the Brooks family disappear into the terminal. And for the first time, Destiny realized something. She didn't leave one family for another. She gained 2 families, and that was the best kind of love.
Before you all come for me in the comments like you did last time, I know Part 1 ended on a cliffhanger. I know you were mad. I saw the comments, I saw the all caps, I saw Denise commenting on everything demanding Part 2. Denise, this one's for you. And to Patty Robinson, your comment about this family's pain and healing, that got me emotional. I'm sorry for that brutal cliffhanger in Part 1. You were the first person who moved me to write Part 2. Thank you. Also, shout out to Red5CT Diamonds 1 for the super thanks. That support means the world. So now I gotta ask, are we satisfied with this ending, or do we need a Part 3? I am but a humble servant. Your wish is my command. Drop it in the comments. What happens next is up to you.